you believe that on the world map? There are still places that feel more like they belong to dreams than to reality? A land where endless blue seas stretch to the horizon, where islands glitter like scattered jewels across the Pacific, and where the warmth of a smile can dissolve the burning heat of the tropics. This is the Philippines, a country with no land borders, only embraced by over 7.600 islands floating like pearls in the heart of the ocean. From above, it resembles a colossal mosaic, turquoise waters woven with the green of lush jungles, streaks of white sand shimmering under the sun, and humble villages nestled quietly against the waves. Yet, the Philippines is not just a tropical paradise of beaches and sunshine. It is a nation of striking contradictions. Gleaming skyscrapers rise beside crumbling slums. Lavish feasts unfold while families search for scraps of food in the garbage. These contrasts form a complex portrait, alluring yet unsettling, dazzling yet heartbreaking. And above it all, there is one thread that binds it together: the Filipino people, resilient souls, generous hearts, and radiant smiles that shine even through hardship. In today's documentary, we embark on a journey into life in the Philippines in 2025. Everyone is so warm. Together, we will peel back the layers of mystery, witness a land that is both heaven and hell, and discover why, despite it all, Filipinos are known as the warmest people in Asia. Get ready, because this journey will forever change the way you see a country that may seem familiar, but is full of astonishing surprises. Number 1. Geography, history, and national context. Have you ever wondered how a nation, set adrift in the vast Pacific Ocean with more than 7.600 islands, managed to hold on to its own identity amid the crashing waves of history? The Philippines is both a cultural crossroads and a mirror of humanity's great conquests. Long before colonizers arrived, indigenous communities thrived on the bounty of the sea and the forests, living in harmony with the rhythms of nature. But in the 16th century, Spanish galleons appeared on the horizon, bringing language, religion, and an entirely new system of rule. 3 centuries of colonial rule left indelible marks: Baroque churches rising against the skyline, colorful festivals pulsing through the streets, and names that still echo Spanish influence today. Then came the 20th century, when the United States left its imprint. From the widespread adoption of English to the American-style education system, shaping the Philippines into one of the few Asian nations where English is spoken almost everywhere. Yet this history is not just a tale of external forces. It is also a story of resilience, of a people weaving together indigenous roots with foreign layers to forge a unique national identity. Strategically located in the Pacific, the Philippines has always been both a prize and a target, a hub for trade and military presence, but also a land tested by nature's fury: typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. And yet, through it all, the Filipino people have endured, bending like palm trees in the wind, battered, but never broken. Perhaps it is here, in this crucible of history and hardship, that the secret of their warmth is forged. And now, let us step into the heart of the capital, where the clash of cultures and contradictions is most vividly alive. Number 2. The capital and the rhythm of urban life. How can a single city contain 2 entirely different worlds separated only by a few narrow streets? Metro Manila, the beating heart of the Philippines, is where dazzling wealth and crushing poverty coexist side by side, like brilliant light colliding with impenetrable darkness. In Makati, skyscrapers pierce the sky, glowing under the sunset, while international brands gleam from billboards and luxury cars glide down polished avenues, symbols of power and prosperity. Step into a cafe here, and you'll see businessmen in tailored suits negotiating million-dollar deals, women dressed in high fashion savoring their espressos, and an atmosphere that makes Manila feel like a miniature New York or Tokyo. But take just one wrong turn, and the illusion shatters. Welcome to Tondo, one of the largest slums in Asia. Here, shacks are built from scraps of wood, rusted tin, and recycled plastic. Narrow alleys reek of dampness. Children play beside heaps of garbage. And the air is thick with smoke from charcoal stoves mixed with the stench of decay. There is a story often told. A young boy in Tondo once found a broken toy car in the trash. He wiped away the dirt, tied its pieces back together with a bit of wire, and pulled it along the muddy street with a smile as radiant as any child in Makati unwrapping a brand new model sports car. Two worlds, one chasing luxury, the other surviving off refuse, exist side by side. A haunting contrast that reveals both injustice and resilience. And it is this juxtaposition that turns Manila into a multi-layered portrait, seductive, yet unsettling. Now, let us move deeper into the rhythm of daily life, where these paradoxes come alive in every meal shared, every smile exchanged, and every drop of sweat shed. Number 3. Daily life and everyday warmth. Have you ever thought that the true charm of a country doesn't lie in its skyscrapers or postcard beaches, but in the rhythm of its everyday life? In the Philippines, that beauty is found in the hum of its markets, the playfulness of its streets, and above all, in the radiant smiles of its people. Step into a traditional morning market. The scent of fresh fish mingles with ripe mangoes. Vendors shout prices while laughter bursts from women wrapping rice cakes or haggling over a few pesos. On a dusty street corner, children play jump rope under the tropical sun, their worn sandals slapping against the pavement, their laughter brighter than any melody. Travelers often recall a story. A foreign couple once wandered into a small market in Cebu, unsure of the language and afraid of being cheated. Instead, the vendors offered them fruit to taste, guided them warmly through the maze of stalls, and even gave them a handmade bracelet as a welcome gift. That simple gesture dissolved every barrier. Filipinos dress lightly, embracing the tropical climate, but it is the warmth they extend that truly defines them. Daily life here is a living reminder that happiness does not spring from luxury, but from small, genuine moments, a smile, a shared meal, a kind word. This is the secret rhythm of the Philippines, one that turns the ordinary into something extraordinary. And now, let us journey deeper to see how festivals, traditions, and food elevate this spirit into a vibrant cultural celebration. Number 4. Culture, traditions, festivals, and cuisine. What defines the soul of a nation? In the Philippines, the answer lies in its vibrant festivals and the bold, unforgettable flavors of its street food. Picture yourself stepping into the Sinulog Festival in Cebu. The city transforms into a river of color. Thousands of dancers flood the streets. Drums thunder in unison with the heartbeat of the nation, and cheers rise like a tidal wave of joy. Or imagine the Ati-Adahan Festival, where faces are painted black, costumes dazzle with ancestral patterns, and chants echo with the blend of indigenous pride and religious devotion. Yet Philippine culture is not only celebrated in grand parades, it is also alive at every humble food stall. Balut, the infamous fertilized duck egg, shocks and intrigues travelers in equal measure. Lechon, a golden roasted pig, takes center stage at feasts, a symbol of abundance and unity. And then there is halo-halo, a dessert layered with colors as kaleidoscopic as the Filipino spirit itself. One traveler recalls being puzzled with his first halo-halo until a local smiled and said, "We don't eat alone, we share." That simple phrase held the secret of the culture. Food is not just about filling stomachs. It is about binding hearts. Filipino culture is a delicate blend of native and foreign, of noise and silence, of fleeting joy and lasting warmth. And when night falls, those flavors linger, like a whisper that invites you to discover more. Number 5. Surviving by eating garbage. Can you believe that in a country hailed as a tropical paradise, where golden sunlight kisses endless beaches, nearly 19 million people survive by eating garbage? They call it pagpag, scraps of fried chicken, leftover hamburgers, and clumps of rice scavenged from the trash, rinsed in dirty water, and refried in oil dark as tar. For the wealthy in Makati, dinner means fine wine, imported steak, and decadent desserts. But just a few miles away, in Tondo or Payatas, thousands of families crowd around landfills, their eyes lighting up when they find a half-eaten meal tossed aside by others. A child once admitted, the happiest moment of his week was when his mother brought home a bag of pagpag, because it meant no one would sleep hungry that night. That image stabs at the conscience like a blade. The Philippines, a land blessed with resources, seas, and forests, hides this stark contradiction: people forced to feed on trash while luxury cars glide past gleaming mansions. The paradox is brutal. One world devours excess, the other survives on its remains. Picture the camera lingering. It pans slowly from the neon glow of Makati's avenues to the calloused hands digging through piles of rotting waste. This is not one Philippines, but two, heaven and hell, coexisting in uneasy silence. And a haunting question lingers: can a society truly call itself prosperous when one person's joy is another's desperation? In the silence that follows a child's laughter upon finding a burnt piece of chicken, we uncover a deeper truth. The warmth of the Filipino spirit does not arise from abundance, but from the remarkable ability to share, even when there is almost nothing left to give. Number 6. Transportation, daily life, and the character of the people. Have you ever thought that chaos itself could become a canvas of color? In the Philippines, traffic is exactly that. Jeepneys blaze across the streets, painted in dazzling murals, plastered with slogans, and glowing with neon lights, like steel dragons carrying the nation's spirit. Amid the congestion, motorbike taxis weave through the crowd like schools of fish, ferrying people to work, to markets, to schools. It is chaotic, yes, but it is also the pulse of daily life. And strangely, even in the smog and gridlock, the driver's smile remains, as if joy alone could dissolve the fatigue. Further south, the Bajau people of Tawi-Tawi display another kind of strength: the ability to dive underwater for up to 8 minutes, spearing fish with handmade harpoons. The image feels both primal and surreal, as if these people were born to merge with the sea. From the feverish streets to the silent depths, Filipinos reveal their defining traits: warmth, resilience, and humanity. And now, we move forward into the haunting paradoxes that define this extraordinary land. After the relentless stream of images, skyscrapers and slums, dazzling festivals and haunting landfills, perhaps it is time to pause, to breathe deeply, and ask, what truly makes the Philippines special? Is it the towering buildings shimmering with neon lights, or the radiant smile of a barefoot child dancing in the rain? Is it the pounding drums of a grand parade, or the quiet gesture of two neighbors sharing the last piece of bread? There is a story often told. A traveler wandered into the slums of Tondo, overwhelmed by poverty, when suddenly a family invited him into their shack. They shared their modest meal of plain rice and boiled vegetables. In the father's eyes there was no shame, only genuine hospitality. At that moment, the traveler realized, warmth does not come from wealth, but from kindness. From afar, the Philippines may look like a paradox, a nation where heaven and hell collide. But up close, within the reach of a handshake or the gift of a smile, it is a country defined by humanity, and that humanity is its greatest treasure, the true currency of happiness, the force that turns hardship into resilience, strangers into friends. As the sun sets and the ocean glows crimson, let us step into the final act of this journey, to listen to the quiet philosophy that this land whispers to the world. Perhaps, in the end, the greatest question is not how wealthy or how poor the Philippines may be, but what from this land can truly touch our hearts. The answer lies in the warmth that its people give freely each day. Standing amidst contradictions, mansions on one side, slums on the other, Filipinos never lose their smile. They sing, they dance, they welcome strangers as if they were lifelong friends. This is not naivety, but a resilience forged through centuries of storms, wars, natural disasters, and social inequality. One story is often told: during a typhoon, when the roof was torn away, a family gathered around a dim oil lamp, singing old songs to drown out the howling wind. A foreign traveler who witnessed the moment wept, realizing that while they had lost material possessions, they had not lost faith in each other. The Philippines teaches us that true wealth is not measured in skyscrapers or luxury cars, but in the ability to hold on to kindness amid hardship. And perhaps that is why this country, despite its contradictions, leaves such an indelible mark on all who pass through. Now, before we close this journey, let us gather these lessons like precious keepsakes, carrying them with us wherever the road may lead. We have journeyed through a land of stark contrasts, from the glittering skyscrapers of Makati to the narrow alleys of Tondo. From the vibrant colors of the Sinulog festival to the humble meals made of pagpag scavenged from landfills. The Philippines emerges as a paradox, both paradise and challenge. Yet through it all, one truth shines brighter than anything else: the warmth of its people. Perhaps true wealth is not counted in coins, but in hearts willing to share. So what makes a country unforgettable? Is it the breathtaking scenery? Or the simple smile of a stranger when you feel lost? As the screen fades, you will carry this question with you, and the answer will linger in your soul. If today's journey has inspired you, leave a small footprint on this path, like, share, and subscribe, because the world is still full of wonders, waiting for us to discover them together.